you guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my room background. Haven't been in here filming for a little while. So I was deciding what video I wanted to do next. I thought I wanted to do a girl boss guide video next, which will be coming very soon because you guys have sent in a lot of topics on that series and a lot of positive feedback. But when I went to ask on Instagram what you guys wanted to see, the most requested topic from you guys lately was a body confidence video and just like a self-love journey. And I realized I guess I've never really done one of these, which seems kind of weird for how long I've been making videos. You think I just would have talked about these things, done this video. So this is gonna be that video today. Thank you guys for sending in your requests. So where do I start? I guess I should travel back in time to maybe my teenage years, which is probably when your body starts becoming more apparent to you and you start comparing yourself to your friends, other girls. So in general, for me, I feel like I had it pretty easy when I was a teenager. I've always been pretty active and done like dance and cheerleading and activities and stuff like that, at least back when I was like a kid and teenager. So I always was kind of like active and doing stuff. And also I feel like my family is pretty naturally thin for the most part, like naturally fit, I guess you could say. Good metabolism and things like that. So as a teenager, I kind of felt like I didn't really have to think much about what I was eating. I could eat whatever I wanted, and I knew that I would be active and I would be going to do dance or whatever it is, and I would work off my calories that way. And I just didn't really have like much of a relationship with eating healthy or thinking about food too much, or even thinking about exercise too much, because I was just doing it naturally, had been doing it like that for so long. So I guess in high school, I want to say that like my body confidence was good. My body confidence was pretty good, but my overall confidence in general definitely took some turns, had some up and downs, as I feel like we all can relate to, especially in high school, just because you're so like growing into your body and growing into who you are. Puberty and getting acne and maybe like weight gain or weight loss or whatever it is, your body's just freaking changing. So my hardest thing in high school, which is like pretty common obviously, it was just my skin. If you guys watch my videos way back in the day, you probably know about my journey with having really bad skin. Insert picture here. I think this was really bad skin. Some people think that it wasn't that bad. This is probably the worst my skin ever was. And then I went on Accutane, and this was my after skin after Accutane after like 8 months. I have an entire video if you are struggling with acne or if you're considering going on Accutane. I have an entire video about my journey with Accutane. I'll link it in the description box. It's pretty old. It's like 5.5, maybe almost 6 years old, but all the details are still in there and you can see my full before and after in that video. So acne was my only thing in high school that really took a toll on my self-confidence. I felt like I liked who I was as a person. I felt like I was pretty happy with my body and how much I was being active and like all of the things, like confident in myself, but at the same time it was so diminishing having my skin being such a focus for me. Like I feel like we all can relate to having that one thing that we feel like we just can't change about ourselves, and that just drags us down at some points, especially with confidence and self-love. So that was kind of my one big thing back in high school. Once I went on Accutane and I finished it, I was so much happier with my skin. I was a lot more confident, and that kind of is the time where I'm transitioning from high school into college, which took a pretty big toll on my body and my health, I would say, and I didn't really realize it. I don't know, maybe like a year after I had already gained a bunch of weight and been eating really unhealthy and realized, oh wait, I'm not doing dance and cheerleading every day of the week anymore after school, and like my eating habits are different because I live on my own now. I don't live with my mom. I think everyone can pretty much relate to this that goes to college, because it kind of happens to almost everyone. Your body experiencing like the freshman 15, or your body just experiencing completely different what you were doing in high school versus what you're doing in college. Obviously a lot of times you're going to be drinking more and partying more, or just eating more unhealthy. Maybe that's not for everyone, obviously. Maybe some people go into college and they're like, I'm gonna look amazing, bitch, like I'm gonna lose all this weight, I'm reinventing myself. But I think most of us can relate to gaining that freshman 10 or 15 or whatever it is, or just experiencing changes with our daily lifestyle. So I would say after maybe a year or two of moving out, being in LA on my own, being in college, that's definitely when my self-confidence started to be more focused on like my body and how I looked. I feel like that's when I gained weight and I was just kind of feeling like I was skating through life and I was ignoring my health, which is just not good to do. You know, I'll work out like next month, or like I'll get that gym membership, or I'll start going to those workout classes next month, or like, oh, I'm gonna change the way I eat, I'm gonna start buying healthier groceries tomorrow, and then you do it for like a week and then you kind of fall out of it. I think we can all probably relate to sometimes like that. At least I know I've done that so many times when I was feeling down on myself and being like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this to myself anymore. I remember I had a few wake up call moments where I was like, you know what, it's not that I'm like overweight, but I definitely have put on a good amount of weight since high school, like since a year ago me, and I kind of was ignoring the problem. And I definitely had a few times where I was like, you know, this just isn't how I want to look. I'm not really happy with my body anymore. I'm not like super unhappy with it. I don't hate my body. I like my body, but I'm just not feeling great about it lately. So I remember having a few of those moments. Like I remember one time when I was maybe like a few months into college, I had this like epiphany moment where I'm like, I'm gonna start being healthy. I'm gonna start going to the gym and I'm just gonna like get my fitness back together. And I took a trash bag and I literally threw out every single like junk food in my apartment. I threw out everything that wasn't good for me. And I probably went to the gym for like a week after that and probably tried to eat a little bit healthier, but obviously that didn't stick. I also think during this time that I kind of was transitioning from high school to college to like college life and new friends and new people and everything like that, and not treating my body well and just kind of ignoring my health. Since I didn't fully love myself at this time and I wasn't fully confident, I definitely sought validation from guys and from men more, and from like sexual experiences and sexual partners. I feel like that was a time where I was just like confused and I was just kind of seeking validation in the wrong ways because I wasn't there to show up for myself. I wasn't there to fully love myself. And that's something that I can look back on now and be like, yeah, I was probably doing that at that time in my life. And I'm glad that I feel in a better place now with how much I've grown since then, which I will get into all of that. I had just finished up my first 2 years at FITM and I was done with classes and I had a lot more free time, and this was about 4 years ago. And I felt like at this point I was at my lowest point in my self-confidence journey, my self-love journey. I had been ignoring my problems and ignoring my health for so long. I wasn't working out at all, and it's not that like I have to be working out to feel good about myself. There's a lot of times where I haven't worked out for like consistently for like 6 months and I'm just not into working out, but I still feel that confidence and feel good about myself. So I'm not saying that working out is tied to this for me, but I would say that at this point in my life, it was mostly I was super unhappy with my body. I had pictures and I don't have them anymore. I looked back on my phone this morning for like an hour to try and find these before pictures from right before I started working out in 2015, and I lost a bit of weight and I kind of like toned up and started feeling better about my body. I started like a little bit of a health journey. It was just temporary though. Like I think because at this point my focus was lose weight and also get healthy, but my focus for the most part was like work out and lose weight and how good can I look. So I don't think that was sustainable for me. And I worked with a personal trainer and I was working out probably like 4 times a week. Like I was going hard at it. That's more than, and I was doing like intense cardio, and I lost weight really fast. Like initially, after like a month of working with a personal trainer, after like not working out at all for 2 years, I instantly like toned up so much. I probably total lost like around 15 pounds. I don't really know how much because I never have weighed myself since I lived at my parents' house. Like my parents had a scale, so I would kind of weigh myself a little bit back in those days, but I haven't owned a scale ever personally myself. And so the only time I get weighed now is like when I go to the doctor. or if I'm somewhere that like has a scale, which is pretty rare. So I never took a before weight or an after weight of back at this time when I kind of like lost a bit of weight and got healthier. I also think that was kind of healthy to do, to not weigh myself, because it was more based on how I felt and less based on a number, you know what I mean? So I know that it can be really easy to, especially if you own a scale, to like weigh yourself all the time. Ooh, we're getting some light coming in, girl. But I honestly would encourage you guys, if you have the willpower to get rid of your scale. I mean, I know it's not for everyone, but try, or at least just try not to focus on it as much, a number on the scale, because seriously, I can't even tell you since it's probably been, when did I move out of my parents' house? 2013, and now it's 2019, so 6 years I have not consistently weighed myself. And I have honestly stayed, for the most part, other than that like college 15 and like losing it, other than that, I have pretty much stayed within the same 5 pounds, I think. Whenever I do get weighed at the doctor, it's like pretty much with the same exact amount that I know I'm gonna weigh, maybe like plus 2 pounds or minus 2 pounds or something, you know? Try and step away from the scale if it is a trigger for you, if it is something that makes you feel bad about yourself, to like have your self-confidence and all that based kind of in a number. That's just something that has helped me, is not owning a scale. But I don't know if that's for everyone, but that's something that I like not having a part of my life. So back at this time, like I said, I was toned up. I'll insert some pictures while I'm talking about this whole journey. You guys will probably remember I was like vlogging about it. I was like, I love working out, I love the gym, I love eating healthy. I even made a fit Instagram. I was like called Lindsey's Lifestyle or something for a few months. That literally probably lasted like 5 months, maybe less than that. It did not last long because it wasn't sustainable for me, okay? I think it just wasn't sustainable because I got a personal trainer and it was expensive and I wanted to do it to like tone up, but it wasn't like, this is something that I'm gonna do and this is a lifestyle that I'm gonna necessarily stick with. So that's kind of its own thing. This isn't like a weight loss video, a weight loss journey video, so I feel like I'm talking about this a little bit too much. But after that kind of journey of losing a bit of weight and toning up and working out more regularly, I did fall off of that and I kind of stopped working out again, and I think I maintained my weight pretty well. I definitely lost like some muscle and toning and I wasn't as fit, but I think I kind of maintained my weight, and I honestly maintained my confidence even after stopping working out and kind of going back to eating more, not junky, but just eating a little bit more of what I wanted and not being so strict about it. I think this time is when my self-love started to be based a lot more from within. I don't know if that sounds like really cheesy, but it wasn't so much based on my outer looks. I kind of started like really loving and appreciating myself and being confident and being like, you know what, I'm in charge of how I look, I'm in charge of how I feel, I'm in charge of my confidence and what I want to present to the world. And there really is so much power in that. There's so much power in like being confident and being bold and accepting yourself, I guess. I don't know how much sense this is making, but I feel like it is just such a personal journey. It's gonna happen for everyone at different points. Self-love and confidence, it is obviously so personal to everyone, and I can tell you how I feel and what my journey has been, but that's not gonna be yours. Like, there is just things about my body that I know I could change, but you know what, it's like, nah, I'm gonna just accept it about myself. I'm gonna accept my small little boobs. I'm gonna accept that my tummy area is probably gonna be always my biggest area. Like, my lower tummy area is probably gonna always be my biggest area of self-consciousness and concern. Like, I always want to have something high-waisted on. I always want my love handles to be covered and no focus on that. I don't want to have anything too tight down there that's low. I know that my thighs are gonna be a little bit juicy sometimes, and I know that my arms aren't gonna be that perfect, you know, the chiseled like square cut shoulder that is so beautiful. If you have those muscular beautiful shoulders, I am jealous of you. But mine are always gonna have that little curve. I just think they're always going to. That's the way I've looked. That's just the way my body is. Your body's gonna have things about it. Oh, I'm also always gonna have like a little bit of a double chin sometimes if I'm not at the right upward angle like I like to place my camera. I'm gonna have like a nice double chin, a little bit action sometimes, but all of those things I can accept about myself and be like, you know what, it is fine, because I know that I am confident with who I am and there's things that I love about my body. There really are. So focusing on the things that you love, and also like I know this whole video has kind of been based on like body and outward appearance, which is kind of, I feel like, what you guys asked for, like body confidence and body positivity and all of the things. But this also is like I said, such a journey with yourself, with your self-love, and it's just personal for everyone. Everyone's timing is different, everyone's life and thoughts and inner dialogue to themselves is different, and it is okay to not feel okay all the time. Owning my confidence and my sexuality and my body choices is so empowering, and it empowered me so freaking hard, so freaking much, man. I can't even tell you guys. And also something that I've noticed is when you're more confident in yourself, other people can see that, and people are attracted to confidence, not just like in romantic scenarios, in like friendships, and people in general are attracted to confidence and to boldness, I think. And that's something that I kind of realized. If you're always shitting on yourself and you're always just like, oh my god, like I look so shit in this outfit, like I look fat in this dress, or you know, whatever it is, or like I'm so ugly today, I'm such a flop today. That's like one of my favorite ones to do, like I'm just a fucking flop today. You know, it's like, we all do that sometimes, we all self-deprecate at times, but if you're doing that all the time and that's all that's coming out of your mouth about yourself, like people don't know what to say to that. They don't know how to react besides just being like, no, you look great, like you don't look fat. Like obviously just kind things to say to someone when they're shitting on themselves. But if you have a mindset more of just like, you know what, I am a bad bitch, and some days I'm gonna feel a little bit lower, and that's totally fine. But you know what, some days I feel really good, and some nights when I'm going out, like I can tell myself, you look like a bad bitch. You can like look in the mirror, flip your hair over your shoulder, and I hope you guys do that when you are feeling good about yourself. And I hope everyone is able to do that and be like, you know what, I am empowered, I'm feeling good, I'm confident, I'm bold, and other people pick up on that, other people see that. I can't even tell you guys, like when I started feeling better about myself, I feel like I started being more out there, more confident, more likely to make the first move. Obviously some people are shy. I'm not telling you have to go out there and be this person that you're not, but people are attracted to confidence, not cockiness. We don't like cockiness, but confidence is a great thing, and you don't have to be confident all the time, but you know, on those days where you're feeling good about yourself, let yourself. I want you guys to get anything out of this video, it would probably just be one statement, and it would just be, do what feels good for you and do what feels good for your body. And what I mean by that is eat what your body wants and what your body craves, whether that's something unhealthy or something healthy. Eat what your body is asking you for, eat what you want, eat what makes you happy. Find a way of movement, exercise that fits into your life and that you don't hate doing. Preferably something that you like doing, such as, it can be the simplest thing. It can be taking a walk every night after dinner, walking your dog, meeting up with a friend to go to a workout class, going to a yoga class once or twice a week. My favorite way to work out is doing yoga and anything that involves dance. I love anything that I don't have to, whenever I'm like in a scenario where I'm dancing, I feel like I don't even think about it. I don't think about getting all sweaty, and I will just get all sweaty and I will just be moving, and it feels so natural and it feels so good. Especially at like a show or a festival, it just is like so easy because you don't necessarily feel in that moment like you're working out, but you're just getting lost in the moment, more something like that. So find your thing that's like getting lost in the moment, whether it's putting in some music and going for a 30-minute walk a couple times a week, 3-4 times a week. You are in control basically, and you hold all the power of self-love inside of you. Once again, I don't know if that sounds corny, but you really do. It's all inside of you, and it's all up to you. Another thing that I kind of wanted to touch on a little bit that I feel like has been so great for me is being in a relationship with a partner that has never ever once made me feel like I need to change anything about my body. A partner should be like that. A partner should not be shitting on you and should not be telling you mean things about your appearance or you in general, you know what I mean? But someone who tells you that you're beautiful and someone who is just like appreciates you exactly how you are. I just think having a partner who appreciates my body and has literally never once said something that's made me be like, he wants me to change this about myself, at least in regards to my body. That has been so helpful for me too. And but I also do think that I had to do the work before finding a partner like that. I think I had to do the work of being so confident with myself that I was ready to attract that partner into my life. And people always say that you gotta love yourself before someone else can love you. And I think for the most part that's pretty true, personally. Surround yourself with the people that uplift you, your friends, your partners, your family. Surround yourself with people that uplift you. If someone is shitting on you all the time, you don't need to be around that person. You need to tell them that is not fucking cool. That is not okay for you to talk to me like that. And because that stuff is just, being around that and someone who's like degrading you is never gonna help you go forward in your journey. And it's not something that you deserve, and it's not something that you need in your life. So keep that in mind. One last thought for this video. Some days I feel amazing. Some days I feel like a 10 out of 10 on a confidence scale, self-love scale. And some days I feel really low. And some days I'm like, fuck. I like look in the mirror and I'm like, God damn it, I feel gross today. I feel like a flop today. If we're talking a journey, you're gonna have those low days and you're gonna have those super high days, and everything else in the middle, it's just your journey. It's so personal to you. I hope this video was a little bit helpful, or that you got something out of it. I feel like it was a little bit jumbled, but this is just what came out when I started recording this. And I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for being so kind and genuine and supportive of me all the time. Especially those of you guys who watch like every video. You guys are just incredible, and I don't deserve you. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Peace.
Let me ask you first, what did you think when you saw me? Was I something that you wanted, or only just another cure for lonely? Another you don't plan on catching after